In today's episode, we're living in my Tesla at Grand Canyon National Park in Arizona. We're cooking up some spaghetti, exploring one of the craziest natural wonders of the world, and we're hunkering down for some harsh weather. If you're new here to the channel, hi, I'm Nico, and I live full-time in my Tesla that I converted into the world's first Tesla van. I'm a full-time YouTuber traveling across the US, and if you like what you see here, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Alright, my Tesla is now at 127,000 miles, which means I asked ChatGPT, it says at around the 100 to 150,000 mile mark, your heating and air conditioning system may start having problems. So it's currently 51 degrees right now in Grand Canyon National Park, which we're 5 minutes away from the national park, which is crazy, and we're camping at a campground. But I wanted to show you guys this heated blanket I got from Target, and it's going to draw about 58% on medium on my EcoFlow battery pack. So that's the workaround feature that we're doing to not run the climate 24/7, because I live full-time in this Tesla van, right? And so yeah, we're going to see how we fare with 51 degrees outside. Alright, so just for reference, I'm 5'8", and I have a lot of room here. So microwave sits right here, and this is the button that presses down for the medium to high heat. I'm gonna put it to 5 right now. Alright, to get in the mood, we're gonna put on some put on a fireplace. Here we go. Just a little cozy night in the Tesla van. So we are hiking Skeleton Point today. We're currently in a parking lot, and the hike is about 6 miles, 3 miles down, 3 miles back. And I've done it before in the summer heat, but this time it's in the middle of, actually it's May 1st. Happy May Day. I feel like I have the same breakfast every single morning. If you don't know already, it's oats with peanut butter, sugar-free syrup, and pink Himalayan sea salt. Bro, come on now. What the heck? Oh god. Why am I such a freaking infant when I come to making food? Oh, man. It's everywhere. Inside the drawer too. What's up, guys? So we're at the Grand Canyon, and I can't help but feel super grateful for being a digital nomad, being a full-time YouTuber. And it's always been my dream to work with brand collaborations and just get paid by uploading videos. And man, guys, if you guys have a dream, if you guys have a goal, like, dude, anything is possible as long as you put in the work. I just can't help but feel like grateful for this opportunity to be able to just camp like 10 minutes away from this giant Grand Canyon. And yeah, without being laid off from Tesla, I would not be here today. And if you guys are watching the channel and, you know, following the vibe and all that, I really appreciate it. It's insane, the growth of the channel. We're almost at 50,000 subscribers. And guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for looking at this. And we're gonna go get this hike in. Here we go, all right? All right, so I'm mid-hike, and the ranger said it's not a good idea to go to Skeleton Point, which is 3 miles all the way down, because it's late in the day. It's around 10 a.m. And so we'll see if we survive. All right, guys, right behind me is O'Neill Butte, and surrounding me is the Grand Canyon. And fun fact, the Grand Canyon is actually 18 miles wide and about a mile deep. And the north rim to get there, we're at the south rim currently right now, it takes about 5 hours. So this is just a tiny fraction of the Grand Canyon. Two or 3 years ago, I hiked the same very trail with my dad. And Dad, I know you're seeing this right now. And we're back on the Skeleton Point Trail. And it's about 80 degrees right now. It's 20 degrees cool, but 20 degrees hotter than the top. Humbling to be back here again. Yeah, just look at these views. They're great. All right, so that just took 6 hours. Let's head to camp and cook some food. All right, in the French terms, because there's a lot of French people here, bon appetit. Look at this thing, man. Cooked in the back of my Tesla. Eggs, rice, ketchup. All right, so problem is I had thought the people, my friends that I met at the campground, gave the campsite for me for free, but then I think they took down their tag. So when I went to go and see if the campsite was having that tag, it didn't have it. So I had to buy another campsite. Luckily, they were not sold out, so I got another one. So I was hiking today, and this bladder thing I got from REI, it ripped on me right here. So when I was hiking, like my entire back was wet. And then I was gonna put a joke like my water broke. Pause, because it did. And yeah, so I gotta throw this away now. I'd be lying to you if I told you I'm not lonely. I've been on this search for friends on the road, but it's been difficult. Posting on Facebook groups to see if anyone's down to meet up. I feel like old messages just floating into space with no one trying to meet up. The reality of living in a Tesla is lonely, but I learned to accept it and to deal with it. It does get quiet most days.
soups and stews like this are pretty awesome because pretty much anything you find that you can eat, you can throw in the stew. Whether it's a squirrel or some herbs or a mushroom or whatever.
You go eat a squirrel? Oh, God.
I brought along some beef jerky. And you can
that's a
throw
good
that in your
idea.
stew too. It has lots of flavor, lots of protein.
Watching some Outdoor Boys. I don't know if you guys watch this guy, but he does like these crazy camping stuff where he'll go out in the wilderness or he'll go out in like snow and stuff and build an igloo. It's crazy. Yeah, watching this episode, he's going into the Appalachia and he's just camping out in the wilderness with no tent. It's a lot colder than it was last night. One of my dreams is to caravan with others, to have a campfire and share stories. Maybe one day, right? So we have this thing on high. It's gonna run 50 to 60% of my battery, but we're at 80%, so we should be fine to run this all night. Alright guys, this is the route we're going. Maricopa Point, Powell Point, Hopi, Mojave, and Hermit Trailhead. Here we go. Alright guys, we have made it to Maricopa Point over in Grand Canyon. My goodness, look at these views. Did you know that the Grand Canyon is 277 miles in length? You could fit the entire city of San Francisco in here and you could still have room. All right, we have now made it to Powell Point, which gives you a 270-degree panoramic view of the Grand Canyon. And if you want to know, the Grand Canyon has rocks at the way bottom that are about 2 billion years old. And just to give you guys perspective, the universe is already 13.8 billion years old. So these rocks are pretty old. All right, so now we're at Hopi Point, which you can see the Colorado River down there, which actually carved this Grand Canyon throughout the span of 5 to 6 million years. Call that patience, right? And I'll tell you guys a story. So back when I was a Cub Scout, when I was little, there was this decision to be made between, because I have my older brother, Alec, and my little brother, Christian, and we're all in the Cub Scouts, and they had a decision to kind of let us go on a field trip, and it costs money, right, to go on field trips and stuff. And when you're little, you're like, okay, can't really do much because you're not making money, right? And so they had a decision and they picked my brother, my older brother Alec, to go to the Grand Canyon in Utah and to see all the national parks. And I'm not gonna lie, I was a little jealous. And they showed photos and videos and you know, I was kind of sad as a 8-year-old kid. But here I am now, making it a memory to see the Grand Canyon. And it's just truly humbled to kind of like experience it. And now 30 years old, you know, you see it in a different light. All right, now we have made it to the next point, which is called the Abyss, which is 3,000 feet straight down. And it's kind of a scary look because the whole canyon kind of curves right here on the left side. All right, and now we're at Pima Point, which is called that because of the ancient Pima people who used to live over here, the Native American tribes. And to get this, on a clear day, you can see 40 miles all the way across the Grand Canyon. Well, they have this telescope right here. I guess just to look at the canyon over there. Yeah, you can see the canyon, you can see the rock layers super clear. All right guys, we have made it to the city of Tucson, which is about 15 minutes from the park for charging your Tesla. So yes, there are Tesla superchargers 15 minutes away from Grand Canyon National Park. And right behind me is all the superchargers. And then over here on the right-hand side, there's the free chargers, which take about 5 hours to charge. These are the slow ones, but just wanted to give you an update of how I'm able to charge my car and stay inside the national parks. So it's right in front of the Grand Hotel. So it's gonna take about 25 to 30 minutes to charge this car, and we're gonna go ahead to a desert view to take a look at another attraction.
Standing in line, that's against the law. How many do we need?
This one.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
That's
All right,
crazy.
Go make some friends and be here at the 20. How many do we need?
All right, y'all, we have made it to Desert View Watchtower, which is a 45-minute drive from Grand Canyon National Park Visitor Center. And this tower, you could see 360 panoramic views, but get this, you could see the Colorado River in all its glory from here. So we're gonna take a trip on up. We got the very last tickets of the day. So we're gonna get there in a few minutes and show you guys what's inside that tower. All right, so fun fact, they only let people in here every 20 minutes because it gets pretty crowded. So here we go. There's a lot of steps to go up here, so there's a lot of writings on the wall. Ancient Native Americans. There's writings on the ceiling and on the wall. You can see the Colorado River right there. So these watchtowers were used for protection and also astronomical, trying to see like the night sky and stuff, and also used for storage units. And yeah, it's pretty crazy because they have all kinds of paintings and all kinds of like petroglyphs, and it's a look into the past. There's something wrong with me. An emptiness. A void. Like there's something missing. And I get to go to see these landscapes and these national parks. And the views kind of all start to look the same a little. Just wonder sometimes if I could share it with somebody. So, to battle the loneliness, I've been reading a lot of books. One of them being The Obstacle is the Way by Ryan Holiday. In it, he talks about how we all have struggles internally, and that problems will eventually happen, but it's always our response to each situation. He said that one person may see a problem, while another person may see an opportunity. And a famous man once said, "We create our own demons." Spill everything. Alright, and you know if you're Filipino, you don't waste the sauce. You put some water in it, and you use the rest. Then if you're really Filipino, you'll save the jar, and then you'll use a jar for something else. Take a look at that. All right, and cheers, because I'm hungry. This took an hour almost to make. Look at that. Made in the back of the Tesla. Let's go. The hard part is going to be cleaning all this up. The cilantro on top gives it that nice kick. So the other day I dropped Fluffy and I felt so bad because yeah, there's a crack now on him. I don't know if you can see that, but he got mad at me, so now we're having beef. This is what happens when you're living alone on the road. Your best friend is a plant, and he's not even real, so he's fake. You know that saying, when it rains, it pours? I could barely see with this fog. I was highly considering going to Phoenix, where it's a little bit hotter, but it's a 3-hour drive, and I don't know if I want to make that drive. Yeah, the campsites here are already $30 a night, and it just wouldn't make sense to stay in the Grand Canyon for, like, because it's gonna rain 2 nights in a row, so it just doesn't make any financial sense, because you can't even go out and do stuff. So yeah, that's why we're leaving the Grand Canyon, because of the weather. Guys, someone just knocked on my window. What the heck? Some random guy.